welcome back to my channel. So today I have actually a very different video. A few people have asked me, I'm sorry, this light, this light is blinding. A few people have asked me to do a video. I'm sorry, I have to have the snacks. It's a little lengthy, but a few people have asked me to do a video on my experience at a community college, so here I am. So for this video, I wrote down what I'm gonna talk about so I don't babble, whatever. I don't know what that means. But for this video, I'm gonna talk about the social and academics part. How did I graduate? I'm going to talk about the social and academic side, and I'm going to make another video about dorm life because I feel like that's a whole different video. So I went to Tompkins Cortland Community College. I don't feel like I should be eating and talking because clearly I can't talk and eat, but Tompkins Cortland Community College, that's upstate New York in Dryden, middle of nowhere basically, but my major is and was social science, so that's for anybody that wants to transfer and do psychology or social work. Human health services, I think I'm saying it right. They have their own major here for that, but for social sciences, that's the major you would take when you want to transfer to a 4-year to take psychology or social work. All right. So, tip number one, do not panic. Say it with me. Do not panic. It is a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot for people that had people who went to college before them and have an example, and it's a lot for people that don't have an example before them. It's just a lot in general. It's a lot to take in coming from high school. So my advice is you have support somewhere, whether it be the school, at home, friends, there's support somewhere. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Number two, so in every class you're going to get syllabus. Syllabi. Every class you have, you're going to have a syllabus, and that's going to tell you every assignment, how much you're worth, the teacher's rules basically. It's going to tell you the teacher's rules, this is my rules. And you need to read it, and you need to have it with you every second, every moment, because, I feel like this goes for any school, but a teacher can make their own rules, basically. So, for example, I had one teacher who you could hand in all the work, but if you were absent a certain amount of times, you automatically failed the class. And that happened to me. So, and I was reading the syllabus, but I overread that, and when I was just about to go fight and appeal my grade, I looked in the syllabus. I'm like, if it's there, then I have to take the class over. So you really need to have the syllabus. Number three, ratemyprofessor.com. Use that. That basically tells you it has most professors, some don't, but it tells you about professors if you want to get in detail about how a professor is before you take them, but also ask other people that actually took the teacher and use that with your good judgment with the website. When you're coming into a community college, most people take remedials. A remedial is a review of a subject that you need to review before you go into the higher levels. So I had to do remedial English and math, and you don't get a credit for it. You still have to pass though, but you don't get a credit for it. It doesn't count towards your degree. So my first semester was based mainly on remedials because you have to take that as a prerequisite. A prerequisite is something that you need before you take another class. So in order for me to go to a higher English, I needed that remedial English, but that's what placement testing is for. So when you come into a community college, you do the placement testing, and my placement placed me in the remedial. So therefore, I had to take the remedial to go to the higher levels. In the first couple of weeks of taking classes, there's something called a drop period, and basically these are two words you're gonna need to know: withdraw and drop. So drop is when you want to drop a class from your transcript and schedule. If you do this in like the first 2-3 weeks of a class, if you don't like it or you want to switch, you could drop a class with no penalty. So once it gets past that due date, it's called withdrawal. And withdrawal, it'll show on your transcript that you left the class and it won't like erase, but it won't affect your grade either. But then once it gets past the withdrawal, once it gets past the withdrawal period, you're gonna have to either get permission from your teacher or you're just gonna have to stay in the class. Number 4, get comfortable with talking to your professors. They're human beings. It may seem scary at first, but your grades are going to depend on it literally. So if you go to a class and don't talk to the teacher unless you hand in something, then you're about to miss a test, or you need help with something, like you're going to have to talk to your teacher regardless. So you might as well, first day, hi, how you doing? What's your office hours? By the way, office hours are when you're not in class, you can go see your teacher and talk to them. They're going to have that on the syllabus too. I'm telling you, everything's going to be in the syllabus. So me, I print out all my syllabus and I staple them together so I could just go through them whenever I need it. Number 5, use any and all apps on your phone to stay organized. So for me, well, for a lot of schools, SUNY and CUNY, as far as I'm concerned, we have Blackboard. There's an app for Blackboard, and basically you can go on your computer too, but it's easier to have it on your phone too, to see things like right then and there, and that shows you your grades, your assignments. What I like about that, you can connect it to your calendar and it'll send your class times to your phone, and it will alert you, like if you need help getting up or just remembering. Every class that you have, please get at least 3-4 people's numbers or contact something, because you're going to be absent from some classes. You're not going to be able to go, or you're going to want to talk about things more, or most importantly, when it's time to have finals, you're going to want to study with people that's in your class, because it helps. Like, I'm not going to lie, it helps, especially in classes that you're having a hard time with. Besides tutoring, it will help studying with the people you actually taking the class with. 7, things will happen. Repeat, things will happen. When I say that, I mean you're going to wake up late one day. One day you're not going to feel like going. One day you're going to think it's Tuesday and it's Friday. Things are going to happen. So with that being said, like I said before, be comfortable talking to your professors. And also, some people fall behind and midterms and finals come and they think, oh, I've missed so many days, I'm just gonna fail, I'm not gonna go anymore. Don't ever do that, because you will have to pay for that class. So I'm telling you, you really don't know what you can do until you talk to the teacher. That's the person that's giving you the grade. Yes, number 9, get used to doing your homework in the library or with others, because when it's time for tests and finals, that's really going to help. That's really going to help. 10, do not make early classes in college. There's classes that you can take in the late afternoon or in the nighttime. And I guess this is better advice for people that live on campus, because if it's nighttime and you live off campus, that probably won't work for you. But I lived on campus, so I took night classes some semesters just because I had wanted to stretch out my schedule and just get, experience. It's okay. Most night classes, they aren't every day. And I don't want to get too much into that, but there's some classes that are once a week, twice a week, and 3 times a week. It depends on who you are in the subject. I took math once a week, and that was really good for me. And the days that I wasn't in class, I was in tutoring. So that's another advice. Just because you have class one day a week, do not open your textbook one day a week. Like, you're going to have to look at the material outside of the class. Or once you get back, you're going to forget it. So 11, while you're in your community college, talk to a transfer counselor or go to that department and just prepare yourself before you make a whole schedule, because it really matters what you take once you first get in and how it's going to affect you when you leave, so that you can make that plan, like, just to get out the way. Even if you don't know what you're going to do and you want to do liberal arts, make sure you're taking the right classes and keep going to them and be annoying, because it's a whole bunch of students and they're not going to sit there like, oh, Tia is not taking this class, let me call her. Like that, I wish that happened, but it don't. So they care about you, but it's just a lot of students, and you need to really stay on top of that, especially if you really want to transfer to another school. I'm telling you, like, so many people lose track or take the wrong classes, and there's just nothing you can do. You just have to take the class. There's something called electives. For most degrees, electives are required, and that's basically when you just take extracurricular classes, like anything. You can take anything. You just have to take something. So my advice is, if you are interested in something else and you have a certain degree, I would use electives to take different classes and be like, oh, you know, I want to take photography. You never know. You take photography and you want to change that to your major. So that's that. 13, last but not least, do not be afraid to ask for help, and do not be afraid to mess up, because it happens. It will happen. It's not going to be perfect. Just because you was a straight A student in high school, you can still be a straight A student, but don't be upset if you get not all A's your first semester. Like, college is really not the same as high school, but it's not easy, but it's not hard. It's what you make it. That's all I tell. Moving on to the social. So, number one is social. Socialize with everybody. Well, let me not say that. Socialize with others. So don't be, you know, to yourself. Like, you're gonna want people to talk to. Like, especially if you're away, you're gonna want people to talk to. Go to school events. I'm stressing this because you pay for it, and I know this because I work in student activities. You pay a student activity fee, and regardless if you use it or not, you're still paying it. So you might as well go to the events that pay for it. 3, do not feel like you need to change yourself to fit in. I'm telling you, you're gonna meet. We should know this. Come on, we just graduated from high school. Again, with this, you will meet a lot of people your first semester, your first year, whatever, and you're not gonna be friends with all those people. I'm telling you now. 5, parties. There will be parties. Let me throw out some do's and don'ts right quick. Do go to parties, have fun. Do ask questions. Who's going to be at the party? Where is the party? Whose house is this? Do they own this house? If you're going to go out and, you know, be under the influence, be smart about it, you know. Do not do those things with people you do not know, because people out here do everything, so you just never know. Another big tip on how to meet people is jobs on campus besides going to events. So a quick rundown. I worked everywhere on my campus, to be honest. So I started coming in as a mentee. That's why I really liked the school, because I wanted to be in a mentee program, and I eventually became a mentor. And basically, I got first-year students, and I got to help them, giving them advice, meet with them. Some were commuters, some were on campus. Commuter, by the way, is somebody who travels back and forth from home to go to school. I worked in a student activity center. That was the best job I ever had. Like, I got to work events, like be behind the scenes. We did stuff like grocery bingo, where we went to Walmart and we made like bags of like food and snacks. And I really like working on campus because they know you're in school and they respect that. Most people respect that, working on campus, and you can put it around your schedule. There's nothing wrong with working and going to school, but just make sure you can handle it. And yes, there's been times that I had to tell my job, like, I can't work because I have to study, and that's okay to say. That is the ending of my video. So please tell me what school you're going to. If you're a person that graduated or graduating high school, congratulations. And why am I just dumbing out right now?